August 3rd, 2019, there was horror, there was a monster, and innocent people in my hometown were dead on the floor of a Walmart because a man wrote a racist manifesto, then grabbed a rifle and drove across Texas to kill Hispanic people. We want this body voting on this floor on gun legislation that isn't just more guns. I'm so tired of the gun being worshiped like some golden calf and hearing all about rights, but nothing about responsibilities.
I heard you ask or state that you felt if a weapon was in the homeowner's home and someone broke into their home and the weapon was seen, that the outcome would be different. Do you recall saying that?
I do believe that that is factual and it's something that has happened.
I know what is factual is that Tatiana Jefferson, who had a weapon in her home that was revealed, it didn't work out for her. What do you think the ramifications will be if there is a gun in their car that is seen? They're already seen as a danger. And there are no white Botham Jeans. There are no white Tatiana Jeffersons. There are no white Breonna Taylors.
We are broadening the breadth of anyone who can go get a weapon and then stand in any private business and flaunt it. All we're simply saying is, please don't put the burden on the small bakery in my district that now not only has to be the small business that has high school kids and elderly individuals with special needs working, but now they've got to take on the role that we don't have the courage of doing.
I look at this body as a bipartisan body. We know we don't have the numbers. We know we're not in the majority. But I was told that this wasn't a partisan body. But when you look at the votes, no matter the logic that has been presented, we sadly keep losing, even on things that are logical. It's quite frightening as a practitioner that we can't even agree to protect our judges, to protect law enforcement, to protect victims that are trying to go to court and testify against assailants. I do defense work, and I'm telling you, this isn't good.
In the bill, there's a provision about criminal street gangs. If it's going to be applied to the Crips, it should be applied to the Klan.
We don't want guns to fall into the hands of insurrectionists. They did great violence upon our democracy. Those people should not have guns under this bill, period. And should be treated as badly as criminal street gangs. And should not enjoy the privileges of gun ownership in the state of Texas.
But we amend bills on the floor all the time to make them better. And I think Chairman Anchia's amendment here makes this bill better by saying very clearly that in no way is someone who's identified by the federal government as a violent white supremacist extremist or as someone who is engaged in acts of insurrection against our country is going to have any special protections under this bill. What could be wrong with being very clear that we are in no way affording any special protection to those types of individuals?
They're essentially saying, you can't prosecute me if I refuse to leave simply because you don't want a weapon here. Well, if that's the case, how would you ever make the person leave? What would incentivize them to leave is because they can't be prosecuted under this section.
We need common sense reforms to our gun laws. And our focus should be on passing laws to ensure that every Texan who has a gun, and most who do, are responsible, and we need to keep it that way. The majority of members on this floor may support this bill today, but make no mistake, the majority of Texans in this state outside this building do not support this bill. I stand with them.
I've noticed there's been a lot of discussion about the vulnerability of women today. Yes, but it hasn't come from women, has it?
Did you know that a treasured and loved sheriff's deputy in my district was gunned down in the street by a man with a handgun?
I did see that, and I'm sorry.
Thank you.
This session, I have heard over and over that one fraudulent vote is too many. I say that one more accidental gun death is too many.